Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody
Hello, and thank you for viewing the UTB podcast. If you would like to sponsor this great podcast, send an email to unpackingthebaggagepodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, unpackingthebaggagepodcastlr@gmail.com. We would also like you to follow us on all social media. On Facebook and TikTok, go to UTB Podcast. On Instagram, go to B-Level ENT. And if you would like to watch any of our episodes, go to YouTube at UTB Podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification button so you will be notified when we have new content. We appreciate you for watching and enjoy the show. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Sunday evening, broadcasting from the B-Level Entertainment Studio. I'm your host, B-Level.
And I'm Andrea.
I'm Tristan Transformations.
Y'all already know who I am, Mr. Hit Dog Holler himself, ladies and gentlemen.
And together we go by the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, the baddest damn podcast in the world. I promise you that. I am so glad to get the whole crew back together. We have been on and off. Tristan, are you over there? What are you doing over there, Tristan?
I'm bringing followers to the page.
Okay.
Snappy.
Since my other job got to
Snappy, yes. Get out of my damn chair.
I'll
I'm so glad I gotta have my
find me
chair
something
back.
else to do. So they done kicked me off.
Hey, listen, I'm so glad to have the whole crew back, in the saddle for the first full week. We've had a lot of stuff going on, and I am so grateful to have everybody in the crew. So welcome. Anthony's he's out on the road, but he is still with the studio.
They don't count.
Man, I've been in the studio. I never missed a day. I've been in the studio and y'all wasn't there.
Somebody said, Tony said you sound like a teacup poodle.
Who said that?
Tony Dickinson.
Who are you talking about,
Tell
Tony?
Tony Dickinson I am
Who
Mr.
she
Hit
talking
Dog
about?
Holler. Tell her holler.
Tell us who she's talking
to
about.
Anthony P.
Oh, okay.
Sounded like talking about some hit dog holler.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey,
We
that's
already
because
talked
everything
about-
I hit it holler. Everything I hit it holler, baby.
Tristan, go ahead and let people know who are joining on, what
Yes.
you need them to do.
Viewers, please hit the share button and type share it in the comments so we can shout you out. We love you. We want you guys to share. Bring your family, friends, tag your sister, tag your baby daddy. Hell, even tag your baby daddy mama. We want you all to view this podcast. Please share.
Tristan, is it beneficial? I see that you and I are saying at followers. Do we want them to do that as well?
Yes,
or we
and
just,
then also at your followers. Just hit in the comments and hit at followers. That way, your followers will come to the podcast. Their followers, and so on and so forth.
All right. Do you have anybody you want to shout out already on here?
Let me see. I want to give a shout out to Labria. Hey, Labria. Hey, Lanithia. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Shay. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Tony. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Treve. Thank y'all for sharing.
Is that how you pronounce her name, Treve?
Yes, Treve.
Okay.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tam.
Patricia
what
says,
up?
"Oh Lord."
Yeah, we're back together. Now, we got a couple of promotions to talk about. The first promotion we're going to talk about, which is the Jayla with the T. Y'all know we have a new news person that we've added to the crew. She comes on at the end of the podcast. She gives you the news, trending topic, local and what about national gossip? Okay, so she is our new news girl, and she has a great segment on the podcast, and it is called Jayla with the T. She's going to be coming, and for the first time this week, you will hear this new segment that we've got on the podcast called Ask Dree. Now, you guys know I'm gonna put our faces up here because y'all be talking. I want to see y'all faces. Y'all know that Andrea is, in her real life, she is a life coach, and she is divorced.
Did I hear you? Did I hear you make any type of noise, Anthony?
I got hiccups. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, you better get this shit together.
Okay.
She is the voice of reason on the podcast. So we are starting a new segment. We are all having relationship issues, right? There is nobody on this podcast except Andrea's married, but all of us are struggling in the relationship area, right? So look at Anthony. So listen, we are starting a new segment called Ask Dree. Okay. And what we're asking you to do is email your relationship questions to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. And Andrea will read your question. She will give you her advice. And after Andrea give her advice, the whole crew will kind of chime in and give our advice. So we're calling that segment Ask Dree. So we're going to start that later. She already has some people that have already emailed their question in, and we're going to get to that. Did somebody say something? We're gonna get to that at the end of the podcast.
I'm hearing a lot of undertones today, and I want to know what these undertones
what
is about.
I don't know what
Anthony got an undertone going on. I think Tristan over there got a little undertone going on.
I ain't saying nothing.
I mean, because see, people get with it when they think you ain't with it. Yes, please. Let's everybody stay in their place.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to be able to ask the question and ask Dree.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're him.
I support you. I can't wait to ask the first question.
Anthony, we already got a first question. You can ask the second week, but we already got a question that was emailed in. Okay,
and they're anonymous, Anthony.
They don't want you to know.
Yeah, so we're not discussing people. We know you got a lot of questions up from anonymous because you've been on these freak offs I've been seeing on Facebook lately.
Giddy offs.
Yes, he's been in the water and missing with animals and stuff.
I'm not peeing nobody's mouth.
All right, so listen, today we are calling this episode 82, Toxic Love Turned Deadly, okay? For those of you guys that don't know, we're going to be talking about a couple that comes out of Georgia, okay? Their names are, make sure I get their name, are Shamarcus and Zaria Carr, okay? The AKAs are the Frenchman and Duchess Dior. On June 14th, a couple took to their social media and they went live and they aired a lot of their couple's business, okay? They talked about cheating scandals. They talk about each other contracting herpes. They talked about people being set up to be robbed. They talked about people being set up to be killed, which ultimately ended in Shamarcus unaliving, taking his wife's life. And we don't know how. Some saying that he stabbed her, some saying that he jumped on her and she was bled, unconscious for like an hour and a half before the paramedics got there. And then he supposedly jumped in her car after he killed her, went on a run. And after the police caught him, he actually took a gun and shot himself in the head. So toxic love, it was a bunch of toxicity in their love. From my understanding, they beefed all the time. They broke up, they got together. There was a lot of cheating. They would always take to social media. But this time, this toxic love that they had been going through over some time turned deadly. Now, I am going to play about 4 videos that talks about the live. It shows you what was discussed in the live. And in between those 4 videos, we're going to come back as a crew. We're going to talk about it with you guys. Excuse me. You guys can chime in and ask your questions. You can call in. But then we're going to talk about when the responsibility of going live and exposing a lot of situation, a lot of pillow talk, a lot of things came out of this live that ultimately was too much. And so we're going to dive into these videos. Each video is about 5 minutes long, but in between, we're going to come through and we're going to talk about it. Tristan, do you need to shout anybody out before we go and play the first video?
Yes. Hey, Destiny Carter. Thank you for sharing. She said, I love a good Dr. Pepper. Hey, Keish. And that's about it.
Okay. Also, let them know what they need to do again, Tristan, before we start.
Please share, and write a comment, share it in the comments, and we'll shout you out.
Okay. All right. So the first video we're going to play was their first live, and I'm going to put you guys up there so we can kind of see it. But here is the first live.
She validated that while she around here getting fucked. Okay, so I come home. Back to the point. She get pregnant. My daughter, a lot of y'all done seen on my page. I get caught up cheating. So she calling my phone. She calling my phone. So she come and tell me, "Oh, I'm cooking lasagna, my boy." Hey, give my phone. So I go through the messages and shit, see her telling him, "Oh, I'ma call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here."
Yeah,
like, now remind you, this is a nigga that used to damn run with me. Woo.
He used to run
long
with
story
you
short.
bitch first.
Long
You
story.
tried Naya first.
Long story. Bitch, what the fuck that give you the right to go fucking?
I ain't fucking.
You do it.
You fucked her.
Okay, so
I didn't fuck
so what did that give you the right to go talk to him?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You
so
slide
shut the fuck
him.
up.
You slide
So
him.
it's your job to
And I
correct.
told.
It's your correction. You told.
You slide him and I told him. I said, "Mark fucking your bitch."
Okay. Again, so she telling him.
That boy never text me.
She telling him,
You
"Oh."
keep telling everybody trying to vouch like, "Oh, he did some fucked up shit to you," and you did it to him.
I'll be back, y'all. You keep running your mouth and beat your ass now.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the damn audience. Again, she don't talk, and I beat her ass. This is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story. That's why she
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody.
bitch.
Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of bitch that get beat. Long story short. So, this is a nigga, like I said, I used to run with. This is a nigga used to call me, "Hey, big bro, I got this going on." You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit, bro, I'm on whatever you on. Long story short, the nigga
But
was.
he still tried his bitch. You tried his bitch.
Say something.
You tried his bitch.
Say something else in my life. Bitch, sit back and listen.
Oh, you finna stab me?
Sit back and listen.
Are you finna
So-
stab me? He lied though.
If I get off this line, you ain't gonna make it out the door. And I'm gonna do it to you.
Oh.
So the best thing for you to do is shut the fuck up and listen to the lie.
You need to stop lying.
I'm telling the story, bitch.
You lied
The
though.
fuck?
But you're lying.
I ain't lying about shit. You
You
know
know how that went.
she don't want me to tell it because she knows she's lying.
Oh my kid, you lied. You talk to that nigga bitch.
Okay, again, let me tell the story, bitch.
Oh my kid, you tried to slide. You
What
tried
you
that
talking
nigga
about?
bitch. And you
Again.
know bitch trying to got all the screenshots.
I'll be back, y'all. I swear you'll die.
That I gotta die by that. You told my shit.
Give me my phone.
Damn, bitch.
Give me my
I
phone.
gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now.
Give me my phone.
Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
All right, so at the first live, look at Tristan. At the first live, you can see that he called her several bitches, several hoes, told he got a knife. But if you stop and go back and rewind it, he said if you keep on talking, you won't make it out of here. He got a knife. So my question to you, Tristan, have you ever been in a toxic relationship like that before where you guys beef and y'all air each other business out, y'all go live about I mean, just there are several forms of toxicity.
Not necessarily. We might have gotten into an argument or whatever, and I took it too far, but we never went on live. I ain't never went on live and did all that.
What's describe when you say you do you
But this is one of my 20s.
Okay, well tell us how you would take it too far. What's some of the things you done did to take it too far?
What you mean?
He's saying in your life.
Yeah.
Your toxicity. You said.
Who said I was toxic?
We're talking about toxic love. So my question to you is, have you ever been in a toxic relationship where you've had some toxic love?
Yes.
Okay. And then I think Anthony is asking, what are some of the things that you did, even though you guys did not go live? What are something you did to breathe toxicity into your own relationship?
Yeah.
Just the regular arguing, fighting, pushing, shoving.
Yeah.
Screaming, hollering, just the slight mild stuff.
Right.
They taking it too far.
Right.
So
Andrea, have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
I might have threw a
absolutely.
laptop or two, you know.
So you put your hands on I'm
I
not
cut some
finished with
tires
Tristan.
before
So you put your hands on him or her.
him.
Oh, okay.
I put my hands on you if I need be.
Do you guys think, and you were saying yes, Andrea, do you think that some people, and not all couples, think that people don't love them unless there's some form of toxicity involved, some arguing, some you know, I got a couple of partners that say, I don't want a bitch unless she cut my tires or she bust my windows or something. I mean, I mean, some guys think, look at Anthony.
Yeah,
Some
I don't
guys
want
think,
no
Oh,
nigga
yeah, I
bitch.
did
I
hear
don't want
somebody
no
with
nigga
my
bitch.
car before too, but I think I was more the toxic one.
I don't want no nigga bitch.
So why do you think that people think, and Andrea, maybe you could chime in, why do you people think that, you know, toxicity breeds real love? You know, some women, you know, and this is, I'm talking about a lot, but some women actually feel like unless you are being toxic to them, that you truly don't care.
I think that toxicity is what we have kind of been taught, and I think that it's what we have saw, and I think that people have gotten real relationship and real love has not been normalized, and so I think that for the most part, you have saw that, and that's what you believe. You see people get into it, and even in this video, I want to say this, even in this video, she's laughing. At the end of the video, you see her like, "Oh, y'all, he is really getting mad," and she's laughing about his behavior. You know, she is, which means that kind of behavior has been normal in between them two. But I do think that, you know, I would be lying to you if I said that some toxicity gets your blood boiling a little bit. And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I've been in a marriage where I had like my husband was not a toxic person. There was issues, but just none. He was non-confrontational. And sometimes you need a little friction to keep your blood flowing. You know, you don't want to ask like, are you alive?
It's exciting.
Like, yeah, it is.
It's more exciting.
It's more exciting.
You know,
it's when it takes over.
Yes.
Like theirs has went too far. So yeah.
And so I don't want the listeners on here to act like they don't like no excitement. I don't want the listeners act like they don't like nobody saying, you know,
because my man got to grab me a couple times and be like, look, you know, we got to
shut the hell up.
Yeah,
now.
we got.
All right, now you're going too damn far, Tree. You're going too far.
Right.
So you want a little bit, Tristan. You don't want your dude to say, Tristan, sit your ass down now.
Yeah, but I ain't found nobody to do that. They scary.
What?
So my point of being is I think we all like a little form of toxicity, power, like different. You don't want them to be boring. You don't want them to be a pushover. Trisha, you got some comments that we need to catch up on. There's a lot going on here.
Let's see.
I'm gonna put them up so you checking them off your phone.
I like reading. I'll read them.
I'm gonna try to put them up. Are you starting from the bottom and going up, or where you going?
I'm starting from Tony. Tony says, toxic as hell, my God. Keish says, sounded like some P would say. Viola says, oh, wow. Okay. Keish says, say something else about beat your ass. Say something else on beat your ass.
That's what he said. That's exactly.
Akika says, hey, y'all. Hey, boo. Hey, love. Hey, Miss Perkins. Trevay says, Lord Jesus, he told her. Lakeisha says Jesus. Miss Brownskin says happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you.
Lakeisha says this is hard to wash.
It really was.
It really
was.
And she also says shot at him. She telling my business. Lakeisha Selby says stab him. And this Miss Brown said, did I miss a lot?
Yeah, you missed a lot, Miss Brown. We're talking about a toxic relationship that happened out of Georgia. We just played the first video where he was airing a lot of the family business, and both of them ended up dead after this live. Go ahead, continue, Tristan.
And then Lakeisha says, random over what, Tristan Hobbs? Hey, Marquez TV is on the live.
What up, Marquez TV?
Patricia says that's some crazy shit. Hey, Marcia just joined the live.
What's up, Marcia?
Shay's laughing. Let's see. Kendra says it's definitely taught. Everyone doesn't think that way.
Well, she is definitely, yep. Okay. All right. I hear you, Kendra.
Marcia says some toxicity is a turn on.
That's what we're saying.
And Talbert, thank you for sharing. Talbert Lynn shared the post.
Thank you,
Talbert.
Kika shared. Thank y'all. Trevay says they're both getting off on it. Some healthy stem is okay.
Did you miss Marquez TV's comment before?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay.
That was my next comment.
Okay.
Marquez TV says I beat a motherfucker with a bedpost in 1990. He cheated on me and I packed up all his stuff It was in the living room with me, and he had to go. He tried to hit me with a brick, and I tore that ass up. I heard that, as you should. Cause what? Marcia says, "I'm not arguing with you daily, but everyone knowing every now and then is cool."
Okay.
Miss Brown Skin says she didn't think fat meat was greasy. April, hey April, how you doing?
Hey, girl.
Hey. Okay, I know. April says, "I know what y'all
What
like."
April say, girl? What April say? Come on, April.
Okay, April says, "I don't like excitement. I'm too small for all that."
Okay.
Let's see. Patricia says you can say something without passing hands.
Yes, you can, Trisha.
It's hard to sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Miss
Right.
Brown Skin says that's not funny at all. Talbert Lynn says I need peace. Is that too little? Is that too much for me? And Miss Brownskin says, thanks. I really hate that happened to them, though.
Yeah, so that was the first part of it, okay? Truly is starting off in just initial disrespect. I'm going to go to video 2, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that. It gets a little depth. They go into a lot of more toxicity. So we're going to play video 2, and we're going to come back and discuss it.
I did this. You done did this. Oh, you talking to me like shit. You run off and do what the fuck you want to do.
Who said that?
Okay. Now here it is.
You talking that shit? I know it. Yeah, girl. Tell him again.
Here it is. Now, here it is. Now, ain't nothing that I'm doing that she don't do. If you a bitch that's on the line, you know. She goes to my phone. She do the same shit. She do all that. Listen.
When I care.
Keep following me now.
I want to listen.
Listen and shut the fuck up.
Don't talk to me like that.
Shut the fuck up.
You said she fucking fam.
Tell fam, don't worry about if I'm fucking. Worry about if his bitch fucking.
So she turned around
right now. Don't worry about me.
She turned around and okay, boom. After I get caught with that girl, she go to the doctor. She get on the table. She, I'm finna get tested. I'm finna get tested because you fucking all these hoes. You doing this, you doing that.
Which girl?
So she still got there. The doctor said, okay, well, we'll test you. We're gonna do that.
Which girl?
And I fuck around. We come back. So the doctor tell her when she get her results, the damn folks tell her she got herpes. So I'm thinking in my head that you gotta have an outbreak. You know what I'm saying? You know the society got that. You have this shit and all that shit. Right. So, boom. She ain't had an outbreak, no none of that, all that shit. They had to run blood. So I'm thinking that this bitch goddamn, they playing a mistake or whatever. Cool. So
She said you thought it was a mistake.
what it was? I think it was last month. So I'm in there watching the game or something, whatever the fuck I'm doing in the room. She come in there, babe, my ass raw. What's wrong with my ass? Can you look and see? So I look down there at her ass, at her anal hole now. Now, I ain't the smartest, but my knowledge of that shit is like, okay, if you get the herpes, it come at whatever contact or wherever the fluid
And you
be.
the only horny ass
Okay.
dog want to fuck somebody in the ass. So make that shit make sense.
I look down at her ass. This motherfucker got goddamn clusters and shit down there by her ass, bumps and shit.
Bitch.
She got bumps and shit. Look like goddamn. Now y'all see why she don't want me to get on the live. That's why she trying to goddamn overtalk me. So it looked like the shit look like some bumps, but like an ant bite.
Hey,
How you bust a bump?
Hey, what you did to it? Lick that on the bitch, so stop fucking capping, boy.
So here it is, boom. Time go by. She go back to her. Not time go by. She go to her doctor. She go to her doctor. And the lady looked at the shit. She talking about, I need to get to, I don't know what this is. The lady looked down there and say, well, I looked at your chart and it said that you tested positive for HSV1 or what, HSP1 or whatever. So I can tell you, I say,
They don't even test you for HSV1
unless
you ask.
You didn't ask him for it?
You just said when I went, they said it. So I had to get tested in order.
Again, like I'm finna say.
I had to get tested in order for them to give me results.
I told y'all before when she was pregnant, she went up there to the doctor. They tested her ass.
I didn't even go to Augusta. I went to Statesboro. They don't share databases.
Okay.
So make it make sense.
She went to Statesboro.
Oh, okay.
And they got there, went in the goddamn thing, and looked at her goddamn shit and said, well, hell, I see on your chart where it said you tested positive for it. So here it is.
Oh shit.
Here it is now. Bitch,
I didn't know you were on the phone.
you got the shit down there.
And what you did to it?
Now,
What you did to
now
it?
you got.
What did you?
All right. Okay. So now what's going on is they are still look at Tristan. Look at Tristan.
This is awful.
They're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I don't know if you guys picked up, but she had a homegirl on her phone while she was going live. So the homegirl was kind of egging it on and saying, she telling the naked truth. So you mad? So the homegirl, so now he's on live showing out for, I think he had 193 people on his live. She's on his live, egging him on, but got her phone up, and her homegirl is egging her to tell more, tell everything. Tristan, you've got a lot of comments. I don't want to get behind on the comments.
Some comments, hell.
Okay, well, what's you gonna tell your comments? Yeah, okay, all right, you gonna tell.
Let me see.
I want to know where you're gonna start.
Yolanda says, she should have bleached him and then beat him, and he won't be able to see for 4 to 5 days.
Okay.
Keish says that Hennessy had his ass on one. It
Right.
did.
Because he was
drinking Hennessy
He was
straight.
drinking his
Tony
ass
says,
off.
wow. And then also, Keish says licking bump is crazy. It is crazy.
Oh wow.
Tony says, what's disturbing is we're witnessing what led up to their demise.
Yes. Yes, Tony. We're gonna talk in depth about that in a minute too.
Marcia says this was their normal lifestyle.
Yes, I read up on it. It was.
And then Cassandra says, I love to talk shit, but we are not putting our hands on each other. I know how far to go.
All right, thank you, Miss Allen. Thank you.
And then April says, the fact that this is the last info the world have about you after your death.
Yeah.
Kendra said, ew. Marcia says, what the fuck bumps? Yep, by the Boochie Cat. Marquez says, oh my God. And you know he normally got something to say. Trevay says, just enough for good makeup sex. It's okay, but this is their way of life.
Yeah.
Patricia says, oh Lord. Marcia says, wait, he still ate it? April
Sound like it.
Sound like it. April says, now he got it in his mouth. Viola says, ooh, Lord. Marcia says her shit was like a Star Crunch.
My thoughts.
You say your thoughts.
What you say your thoughts be?
My thoughts.
Okay.
Star Crunch.
Oh.
Is that all your comments, Tristan?
Yes.
So Tristan, what you said you had some comments. What is your comments?
It is crazy. I don't got nothing to say.
Before we go, we have one more live, which was the final live.
Yes, because what did he have to say about all that behind that was going on?
All right, so we're gonna
see this live.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into the final live, which is when she said some stuff, because all the things that she said about him did not cause him to go over the top. What we're getting ready to play, I will talk about it when we come back. Let me just play it, and then we'll talk about what she said in this.
They don't
final
got y'all
live.
itching.
Hold on.
When a bitch got there, really got there and try to put that press on him, she don't want no smoke. Oh God, be doing all that extra ass shit. All y'all that's over here, y'all know me, y'all know what's going on. Yeah, that's why I been fucked up. Bitch done rooted me up.
They need to root your ass up. They can knock your ass off there.
Yeah, that's what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Shit, I already know it ain't worth it. Shit. But then just the thing that's holding up, I keep telling her, let's just out of non-contest. You keep everything. You say it's yours, everything. You keep everything. She got there. She keep goddamn coming back telling me, oh, I want $600 a month. I want bitch, how you gonna tell me how much you want? Let the judge tell us.
You need to be taken. Them big ass horse pills for that goddamn mental health shit. That's what the hell wrong with you. Ain't no goddamn root. You did the same shit for Cole.
Hey.
Everybody know. Beat your Cole.
She always trying to throw up what I did to Cole and what I did to Cole. Yeah, I beat him. I jumped on him. But everybody in just know the true story. So when it came down to it, she got better. We didn't have all that. We didn't have all that going on. You see what I'm saying?
It's fine, baby.
Cause he got you going crazy.
Crazy.
A whole nigga going
Yeah.
Insane. They got 193 likes.
You're
views.
you're a homegirl in the goddamn background. Got goddamn dismissed from the goddamn army for goddamn a DUI. Bitch, you is invalid.
So, and she got your way. She get paid every month.
She's invalid. She's invalid. If she couldn't keep her oath with the army, bitch, she's not valid.
But you came home from prison, you threw your paperwork out the window. And while you telling shit, tell them about that story. Tell them about the shit with what is it called? Udi? Whatever the shit.
Who?
Whatever his name.
Obi. By Obi? What about it?
Tell him that part.
What about it?
Tell him.
You tell him. What about it?
You can try to get him put my shoes on first.
What about it?
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to tell y'all the story. Hold on.
All right, now I want to stop because this situation.
Boy.
Okay, so this situation about Obi is really key to this whole thing. Okay,
Who
did
is
you hear
Obi?
her say about Obi? I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit, and we're gonna start it right back from there. This is very key.
Whatever the shit.
Who?
Whatever his name.
Obi. By Obi? What about it?
Tell him that part.
What about it?
Tell him.
You tell him. What about it?
You can try to get him put my shoes on first.
What about it?
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to tell y'all the story. Hold on.
Yeah, tell him.
They put my shoes on. He gonna try to whip my ass after this one.
Oh, Lord.
Hello, let me put my shoe on. Shit, no, you love the sneaker bitch. So y'all, for one, let me clear the story because he told a lie from the beginning. You ain't gotta follow me. They said let me get on the live.
Go ahead.
Let's start with the squeeze situation. He tried squeeze, bitch, and yes, I did inbox squeeze and tell him that your Mark tried your bitch. He said, "Damn, I ain't think he'll do it like that." I said, "I'm telling you, I seen it." Fast forward. After all that, boy, he whooped my ass when he found out that I was texting and messaging the boy. Mark like the this shit he can't take. Y'all, a lot of y'all bitches know Mark be on y'all story, Mark be on y'all messages. Mark is a thirsty ass nigga that try every bitch to fuck anything. Y'all, this man is crazy. Really, bottom of the story, this how it started. Mark is a very jealous person. Like, very jealous. And I wish, I'm sorry for running y'all bitches off. I swear to God, y'all gotta run me running y'all off no more. Y'all notice I ain't did that shit in a minute. I don't run y'all off no more since I went live, because I want one of y'all to come get his ass. He need a place to stay, y'all need to come get him. Man, you know he was how much? A centimeter from being a bomb. You know. You doing all that lying and shit. You press that button to hear your search history every fucking day.
Somebody lied.
Hold on. This what you lied at. You sat right here and said, set that shit up for her to talk to him so you can rob Quan. That's what you said. Yeah. That's how the whole them started. Yeah. It wasn't nothing about me and that shit at all. I translated the message and that's how that shit happened. So okay, to rob him.
You still ain't proved the lie. All you doing is trying to damn drop the business. All you trying to do is damn tell.
No, I'm saying that you lying.
At the end of the day, I don't care. I was gonna rob the fuck nigga. I don't give a fuck what he said. Why the fuck is he on there when I already mentioned it?
Cause you telling the full truth. That's what that is.
Ain't no damn full truth.
Hey, boom. Y'all, I posted a cruise picture. We went out of town. He went down there broke, fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I sent money out of my son's savings account to my sister because they got the same kind of bank. So I did bank to bank. So I'm telling her, this my son money. You gonna have to put this shit back. As soon as we leaving the port, y'all, this nigga start like a whole bitch attitude. He got a whole attitude off it up. I know you don't fuck with them niggas. You don't fuck with them niggas. Oh yeah, you don't fuck. I know who it is. You don't fuck Squeeze. You don't fuck Squeeze. Y'all, I ain't never fucked no Squeeze. I ain't never been around Squeeze. I seen Squeeze one time. They was at his dad's house at a party. All my kids. It's really frustrating. It's really aggravating when every time you hear your nigga pick up the phone, he on the phone spraying your name. Yeah, you know my girl was fucking such. This nigga ain't never touched me. Why are you lying on me?
All right.
Then,
I'll give you a shot.
now, let me finish. I'm on live. You had them 2 hours.
You finna go on your live.
Now you don't want the phone back.
No, I gave you a shot.
I ain't get to tell you. I ain't get to tell about Udi. Then
I swear you'll die.
Then I gotta die by that. You told my shit.
Damn, bitch.
Give me my
I
phone.
gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind it, so y'all won't know that tea right now.
Give me my phone.
Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
So as you can see, she got to talking about everybody, but when she said this specific name,
Yes.
Odie, that's when shit went round. Now she talked about that he tried to fuck Scree's girl. She talked about that she wanted him to set up a robbery. She talked about that he was thirsty. She talked about that he was jealous. She talked about that he was a bum. She talked about y'all come get him. He homeless.
Right.
She talked about something that happened on a cruise that he didn't get help her with the financial part of a cruise. But when she brought up this specific name of Odie, that's when he said,
Obi.
"Oh, it's Obi." Okay, that's when he said, "You're not gonna make it out." So, what was said? The rumor has it that Odie, his name is Obi, not Odie. She called it the wrong name, and I'm gonna play her cousin. But something happened where his best friend was named Obi. He was robbed. He got set up on a bad drug deal. He got killed. And so one is saying that she was getting ready to tell some personal business that he set it up and had him killed. So they started getting family involved. His brother came on and spoke about the situation. Okay. But Obi cousin, everybody thought that when she was saying Udi, everybody thought that she was saying that Ubi and him was on the down low. But the cousin came up and cleared up the rumor about Udi. And I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play it in its entirety, but it is really good. Here's what she came to talk about after this. And then we're going to come back and discuss it.
I know online y'all know them as Frenchman and Duchess. But to me, I know them as Shamarcus and Zaria. With that being said, I want to clear a few things up about my cousin. Because at the end of the day, it needs to be said. All I keep hearing online is Odie this, Odie this, Odie this, Odie this, Odie this. Let's clear something up. First of all, my cousin's name is not Odie. It's Obi. Okay? Let's start there. Secondly, y'all paint this narrative as if it was some type of down low situation going on. And what I want to let y'all know is, first of all, Obi got bitches, okay? I'm going to just say that. He was not a part of the community. This is not no DL situation. I also want to say this because the narrative that's being painted is not right. First of all, my cousin is deceased, so rest in peace to him. But I want y'all to understand a few things about our family. We got some serious steppers over here. And when I say steppers, I'm not talking about the stuff y'all see on the internet where they posting up. No, I mean, we got them real gangsters that move in silence, okay? Everybody's sitting here trying to figure out, why did Shamarcus do what he did? Well, let me explain to you why. Because there's a couple things y'all need to know. First of all, Shamarcus knew that he wasn't going to make it 24 hours. Let's start. He wasn't going to make it 24 hours. He wasn't. So it was better for him to do what he did to himself before somebody else did something to him. Let's start there. Okay. Secondly, everybody's painting this picture as if he pewed Zaria, or if he Zaria, and that wasn't the case. What happened is that boy put hands and feet on that girl. And this wasn't something new. He always put hands and feet on that girl. Okay? Head, shoulder, knees, and toes on that girl. Let's be honest. This time stuff went a little bit too far. It happens. It went a little bit too far. Rest in peace to both of them. Okay? Because it's never right to put your hands on a female. Let's start there. He put hands and feet on this girl so bad that she was unconscious. Now, personally, I feel like she could have made it had she got the medical attention that she needed. But she laid there for an hour and a half. An hour and a half before police had even arrived. Make that make sense. If he really cared about her, you know what he would have did? He'd have picked up the phone and called the ambulance. But he didn't. He didn't. Because he already knew he had fucked up. He had fucked up really bad. Everybody like, well, Y'all talking about she said Odie's name and basically that who the fuck is Odie? It's Obi. But see, the problem was our family started to pay attention, like, because the situation that happened with Obi was fucked up, and we knew it was some foul play. We been knowing it was some foul play. We just been trying to figure out what players was on the chessboard. You feel me? That's what we was trying to figure out. And my auntie been saying she felt like Shamarcus was on some bullshit. Now let's be real. Shamarcus and Obi been friends for a minute. Best friends. Thick as thieves. Obi go get money, he brings Shamarcus. Shamarcus ain't have to worry about no bread when my cousin was alive. Cause when Obi rode, he brought Shamarcus. If he got paid, he brought Shamarcus and broke him off. But see, the problem is when you out here getting money, cause my cousin wasn't no weak dude. When I tell you he was out here getting that bread, he was getting that bread. Okay, and it might have not have been legally, but he was getting that bread. And the crazy thing about it is the way he was set up, we kept saying, this got to be an inside situation because the stuff that these people knew didn't make sense. It got to be an inside situation. He knew this whole motherfucking time that he was a snake ass dude. He knew this. He knew if it ever came out that he was involved in that situation with my cousin Obi, that he was going to have to give his ass to God. You understand that? Period. He knew this. He knew this. He knew this. So while he was up here pillow talking to Zaria, he ain't realized this whole time you been putting hands and feet on that girl. See, she called the wrong people. What she should have did is called my family and told us the real, but she was so afraid to say something. Because she knew if she said something, it was gonna go the way it was gonna go. This boy put hands and feet on this girl for everything she did that he felt or deemed that was unacceptable. But he couldn't do that shit with my cousin around. Obi didn't play that putting your hands on female, he didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. And see, the more I think back, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make a lot of sense. And my auntie said, don't get on there, Truth. Don't say nothing. Let it go. We got our justice. And I told my auntie, I said, no, motherfuckers need to know the real. They need to know how motherfucking snake down dirty Shamarcus was. Now, I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking family, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, because they all can get it. So, play with me if you want to. I meant that, everything. On my cousin's grave, they all can get it. So don't come over here with that bullshit when your motherfucking brother is a snake down dirty ass snooker. He know what he did to my cousin. He know. He know how he set my cousin up. Cause see, the shit that these motherfuckers knew, yeah, it was definitely an inside job. And Shamarcus bitch ass was right there the whole motherfucking time playing puppet master. You had the audacity to show up at my cousin's motherfucking funeral. You knew this shit was gonna come back tenfold. You knew it.
So, as you can see, the cousin shedded a little bit light on the whole situation, on how the whole live come together. At the end, it turned deadly. He said that Shamarcus set the cousin up. It was a play. And she also said that Shamarcus came to the funeral. They felt that it was some inside job. And all of the time, it came out that Shamarcus was involved. So that's how it ended. Which brings me to a point.
There's a lot of comments.
So, come on. Let me catch. Go ahead.
Danny says that was what's funny about this. This is a sad situation. Patricia Moreland says, I simply don't get these motherfuckers fucking raw and they don't know they have shit. Miss Brown says, this is why you don't play with witchcraft. She also says, why you didn't give him his medicine so he can heal too. April says, any man that casually says he beat women don't need no don't need. Hold on.
Don't need no play with.
Don't need no play with.
Yeah.
Marcia says, no one is laughing at the fact that they're no longer alive. We're baffled about their level of not giving a fuck. Patricia says, and y'all, if you see red flags, damn, leave. Nobody should be this hard up for a relationship. Tamika says his whole face changed when he said that name.
Yes, he did.
Marcia says the name Obi took him over the top. Miss Brownskin says, I wonder where she was trying to take a run for it. Wait, I wonder where she was trying to take a run for it then, y'all.
She was putting her shoes on. She said that she was going to put her shoes on so she could run out of the house because she knew when she said something about Odie, he was going to go crazy.
Yes. April says Obi was his homeboy. He set up and was unalived. He went to the funeral and his family was suspicious of it. And the girl confirmed it with the lie.
Correct.
Marcia says, so he knew that he was a sensitive subject. Tyra Lynn says they both have issues. Are they hard up for accept anything? Miss Brownskin says, wow. Tony says she expects to get whooped, sad. Trevay says she knew what kind of man he was. She wasn't any better. They are some demons, and I hate it. April says he beat her for 3 hours before he said it on live.
Yeah.
Kendra says, wow, she know how he is getting prepared for whatever. Hey, Kissy, thank you for joining. Kendra says, you can hear it in his voice that she touching some buttons.
Right.
Tony says, so crazy to actually accept being abused. Marcia says, if poking the bear was a person.
Yeah.
Let's see. April says she was a CO in prison where she met him and he was there for beating a woman.
Yeah. So what April is saying, the rumor says she was a correctional officer. He done time. She was a correctional officer, and they started dating each other in jail, and then later came out and had a relationship and got married.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That ninja said, "I swear you'll die." She never said that damn name. Damn. Kendra says, "Wow." Tamika says something he told her in confidence that she would not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Marcia says she even said, "I don't want to die. I'm not telling that T, but still told it."
Right.
Miss Brown says he knew he was over with. Kendra says that's too long of a wait. Marcia says, I agree. She laid there too long. Miss Brown says he left her for dead, sis. And Kendra said, man, that's sad. April said the part that threw me off. Her boyfriend was on the phone, or her best friend was on the phone with her. Why she didn't call the police? Hold on. Why she didn't call the police? I know she heard what happened when he knocked that Facebook Live off.
Yeah, probably I think April, she probably thought it was just a regular fight. She probably thought it was just going to end in a fight like they did, in previous times.
Ms. Brown says, so maybe that's why he told her business, because she told we got to put 2 and 2 together, y'all.
Yeah.
And Marquez says, after listening to the OD part and the robbery setup, that dude set up, I knew then that he had offed her himself because OD family was going to come for him. So he made sure he was gone before he was gone. Our people are dangerous and against one another. Kendra says she's on the phone, and if I knew what I knew, I would have called the police a long time ago. I agree.
Yeah.
April is replying to Kendra, like how a whole hour passed and none of the family or friends checked on her. Marcia says, why the fuck didn't her friend who was on the phone co-signing all the BS help? But then again, it was normal for them to act like this,
right.
And she didn't think to call for help.
Right. Skip down to the bottom. You ain't gonna be able to read all of it. It's a lot of comments. Just get a couple more, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Let me see. Trevay says, I had today keep talking about robbing people. Someone got tired of crumbs knowing they can get their own loaf. Let's see.
Read one more.
Sean says, set him up and hugs his mama. It's crazy work.
Oh my God.
So Kissy says, my goodness, this is really sad. My heart hurts for the children.
So when we're talking about exposing business, right? First of all, couples do a lot of pillow talking, right? When you've done wrong, you're sharing things with your mate, you're sharing things with them in confidence. They keep one up in each other. I'm gonna say this, and now I gotta one up you. Then you gotta one up me, and then now it keeps getting so high that you end up saying some shit that ended up costing you your life. When how far does it go? Like if you're arguing, where's the point where you don't say things that are talking about when you're pillow talking? Where do you go when you are, or if when you're fighting, everything is all fair game? If you're telling a business, shouldn't there be a point of stop? We look at all these people that even are not in couples that are doing these lives, right? You look at everybody that are instantly going to Facebook and they do, like, we have an issue, and instead of calling people and talking this issue out, we go to live. We want to air the business, right? We want to talk about that Tristan went to jail, right? We want to talk about that B-Level got into a fight in the club. We want to talk about that Anthony this. So we automatically, this world is going to a tell-all type of world where we go to Facebook, we go to social media, we go to Instagram, and we're doing our lives. These couples, we talked about Papoose and Remy Ma. They did lives where they was talking about he was broke, and talking about Papoose just wanted to be with a woman that had motion. And so why as a world have we come to a world that want to tell it all? What do you think, Drea? What are you thinking?
I mean, I just think it's sad. It's most definitely sad because it's all about exposure now, and nobody really wants to work it out. It's about making you look a certain way in front of other people. That's all it's about. It has nothing to do with working it out anymore. And people are that's what they're on. And like, even when I look at this and assessing the videos, again, you can tell that this was the norm. But I think when he talked about her health issues, I mean, I think that was her rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she went to his rock bottom, and it went too far, because you could see them laughing. You could see them both going back and forth. You could see her standing over him, like, and even the jokes in between, like, let me put on my shoes and let me do this and let me do, it was like, I don't think that either one of them ever expected for that to go that way, but that was their norm. And it's unfortunate. It most definitely is.
My
unfortunate.
thing is, I'm not going to be arguing with about a nigga named Shamarcus anyway.
And here's the other thing: emotional intelligence, right? When you don't have emotional intelligence, you argue. When you don't have the wherewithal to talk things out, and figure things out, your emotional intelligence is not there.
Right.
But you get emotional intelligence from having an IQ. So you need to put your time into learning more, because research says that if you have, the higher your IQ is, the more your emotional intelligence, that you can use the vocabulary and the wherewithal to figure things out in your time of difficulties, right? But people with low emotional intelligence, all we're going to do is just shame each other. All we're going to do is go back and forth.
Right.
Because we don't have the tools.
Yeah. And it's more like, you hurt me, I hurt you.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And even in the beginning of my relationships, I'd be like, even in the beginning of my relationships, I'd be like, listen, we would always have this running joke, like, does your painting go outside of the lines? Like, because if you don't have no emotional intelligence, and when you get mad, you like, it's like, keep that shit in the boundary lines. Like, if you're not the type of man or woman that can keep your painting on the canvas, bitch, I can't fuck with you. Like, you got to keep your painting on the canvas. Like, if it's going crazy, people just don't have, people that don't have emotional intelligence are fools, and you better run. You most definitely better run.
I wish I would
have. Well, I don't give a damn what type of intelligence a motherfucker got. I ain't let nobody look at my asshole.
Well, don't nobody want to lick your asshole, I'm sure, anyways. Because if you look at anything like,
I say look in my asshole. Look in.
You in your 40s, you're gonna have to get a colonoscopy. Somebody gonna have to look in that motherfucker.
Right.
Nigga,
well, that is true.
Motherfucker, I'm just talking about a person that you're dealing with. When do people not be embarrassed and type of shit no more? I can't just open my cheeks up like, baby, look in there and see if you see anything. You know, I might not wipe my
You
ass that
should be.
good today. You know, now
Well, I think that when people are literally, when you really have a partner, all of that shit goes out the door. You can look up each other's asses and each other's
Okay.
ears.
no,
I mean,
fuck
that's
all
what
that.
people do.
Fuck all that.
That's what, yeah, like.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that bitch no ammunition. I'm not getting her no ammunition to use on me
But I'm gonna say
ever.
something. But even
Fuck
with
that.
that being said, if you listen to it, he said she went to the doctor a long time ago. He knew she had whatever she had. Hell, they both had it. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
didn't
And
play it at the end. At the end, he said, "Hell, me and you got it. We both
yeah,
swallowed it."
like
Yeah.
I didn't even see that, but you
Yeah.
could tell she's either been dealing with something before that, because he alluded to it, and then he kept talking about she took the test months before, and then she was like, "No, I didn't take the test," and you could tell, but she knew and he knew, and like she said, he licked the bumps, he been licking them, and it just was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was just still a way to air
Look at
her
Tristan.
out, but he knew and she knew. I mean, they both had it.
Well, let me
So
ask you
just
guys
stop
I
it.
like
this.
all that.
I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody with no pussy that good. Your pussy that good, please don't give it to me, baby. I
What's
don't
your
want none of
significant
that.
Slow
other?
down, then.
Hell no.
With your significant others, is there such a thing as going too far? Are there boundaries to arguing?
There is. It's a rule, and it's called fighting fair.
Yeah.
And one thing you don't do is, there are rules, and people usually have rules like you don't hit below the belt.
Right.
You don't talk about family members.
Right.
You don't tell
Talk about
intimate secrets.
kids.
You don't say anything about kids. You
Right.
don't talk about sex. You don't talk. There are just rules to learning to fight fair. And there's a book out that people need to read. It's a really, really great book, but it's called Fighting Fair.
Mhm.
And it just teaches you the elements of when you are in an emotional stance with somebody, what to say and what not to say, and how to, like, when it gets to a certain point, how y'all need to listen to each other and say, time out, time out, time out. Let me go somewhere, calm myself down, because when you go too far, you just can't take it back. I always tell people, don't ever cut what you can untie. If you cut the rope, it's done. You got a knot. You can never get the knot out. But if you untie the shit, you will be okay. But never cut what you can untie. Never do it.
Well, I might need that book. 'Cause
Damn all that. Just
don't
don't
get
teach.
into
Just
it
don't
with me.
teach the
Hold on a second.
motherfucker how to tie the
Hold on a
knot.
second,
And
Anthony. What
other-
were you saying, Tristan? First,
I
then we'll
said I
come
might
back.
need that book.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. 'Cause I
Hey,
don't
you don't
care
need
what
that
I say.
goddamn book. Fuck what Andrea talking about.
And-
You don't need that book. What you do is, Tristan, this right here. Just don't tell nobody shit that you don't care about everybody else
I do
knowing.
that anyway.
Right there. Okay, so
I'm talking about for
Patricia,
the other person.
Patricia is saying, let me go back to Patricia's never pillow talk. So what you're saying,
Never.
Anthony, is never tell anybody anything that you don't repeat it. Whether it's your woman,
Listen,
whether it's your mama,
thank you.
whether it's your daddy, because
Your
what
pastor,
we do
whoever.
know is people will fall out. People will fall out.
One day.
People will fall out, and people will air your shit out, and they don't give a flying F about your secrets.
Nope.
So what?
If it don't serve their interest, do
Say
not
it
tell
again,
them.
Anthony.
If it don't serve their interest,
Hold on,
do
let me
not
put
tell
you
them shit.
large
If they
on the
wasn't there
screen
when they
for you to
happened,
say that
don't
one
tell
more
them.
time. Say
He
it again,
finally
P.
said something a little intelligent.
If it don't serve their interest, do not tell them shit. I don't give a fuck where it is. Because one day y'all gonna fall out. I don't give a fuck about your best friend. Now you caught herpes and AIDS. Why are you telling your best friend? It don't have nothing to do with her. She gonna tell your shit one day. So basically what I'm saying is, don't tell nobody nothing that you don't want nobody else to know.
Darn, Anthony.
I don't agree with that.
Well, Andrea, why don't you agree with that?
I mean, I think that sometimes talking about things is healing for people's souls. And no, I
Talk
do.
to the
Yeah,
Lord.
You're right. You're
What
right.
did you say?
Talk
Wait a
to
minute.
the
You're right.
Wait a
Lord.
minute. What did you say, P? I'm gonna put you up here big again.
Talk to the Lord. He won't tell
He's
nobody.
right. He's most definitely right. And y'all are right to some perspective, because, like, people never think they'll get a divorce. When they get married, they be like, oh, we're in this forever, and we just love each other so much. And then 10 years later, they like, bitch, I'll kill you. Just like,
Andrea.
Yeah.
I have to disagree with you. I agree with P. Do not tell nobody
that's
shit
true.
that you don't
That's-
want repeated.
well,
That pillow talking shit, it's gonna go bad every time. Do not believe that you're gonna get married. Do not believe that your husband is never gonna tell the shit that you told him in silence. Do not believe that your wife is never gonna tell the shit that y'all,
It's all about knowing people.
brother. Trust me.
But that's not necessarily
You
true
never
because
know
like
nobody.
I was in a marriage and there are things that I never have told
Yet.
about. No, it's not. And there are things that I have been very
Hold on.
transparent about, like problems and certain things. But there are things that I have never told and that I would never tell. It's just not for me to tell. It's like that was a part of my life in that marriage, and that was what that is. And even like in this current marriage, like there's just things
But
that.
guess what? He is trusting that you will never tell, right?
Right.
So the faith is in you
Thank you.
that
Right.
you will
Thank
never
you.
tell. He don't know what
Thank
the fuck
you.
He don't know when you gonna fall off the end of the.
Right.
And I'm just saying, morally, you're saying to us today, I ain't gonna never tell, right? I get that,
Right.
but he has to trust that you are gonna honor that commitment of never telling.
Right.
But here's
right.
the deal: you ain't got to fucking trust if you just don't tell it. Just
Yeah,
don't
I
tell
mean,
it.
that's the thing, but I don't think that I mean, it's the reason that people do tell. The 90% of the reason that people do tell is because you can't, certain things that happen to people, like they need somebody to talk to, and talking to the Lord must not have been good enough for everybody, or everybody will be talking to the Lord. So people need people
Well,
to
hey.
talk to, and
Well,
that's the reason that they have did that. You don't just
if
pillow talk
talking to
because
your
you just
Lord,
want to be talking. You pillow talk because it's usually something that's in your heart, it's something that's in your mind, it's something that's in your body that you need to get out and to have somebody to help you deal with it. You know, she got to talk to her
Hell
husband about a
no,
fucking
hell
herpes.
no.
What's she gonna do? She seeing the big ass bump. She
Hell
just
no.
gonna sit there and don't say
Well, and
nothing.
I'm not. Obviously, that's a whole
Hell
other
no.
different deal. But like Anthony says,
Hell no.
don't talk to none, don't say nothing that don't involve them. It involves him because they got herpes
Listen.
together.
Right,
so you share that.
right. But the robbery, he probably
The
shouldn't have said
robbery
nothing.
shit. Listen
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
As I look,
Yeah.
It has
as I
shit to
look
do
at
with
this
her.
whole scenario. Now, obviously, he was just a fuck nigga because he was whooping her ass, right? Let's just call it he was a fuck nigga then. You know what I'm saying? He just was a fuck nigga.
I think everybody thought that was it was some down low stuff because he had a little seasoning on him a little bit.
Well, what kind of season? I think I missed it a little bit.
You ain't see the little zest.
Tristan, let me
I
and
was
I'm gonna ask
asking
you.
about the little zest because he was kind of like flouncing
You
a
get what
little
I'm saying?
bit.
So I'm gonna
And
ask
I was
Tristan.
like,
that's
maybe-
what girls do. Like
Tristan, do you have a gaydar?
yes.
Yes, he does.
You do, Tristan.
I don't speak on it all the time, but yes, I do.
So, explain to the listeners what a gaydar is.
gaydar is shit just like a R.
A radar.
Radar. So if I
It is
see
a
little,
gaydar.
if I see a little homosexuality, some little zest, a
tendencies,
Tristan,
little
is your
tendencies.
gaydar. Tristan, is your gaydar always right?
Yes.
It is always right. So you never miss on your gaydar.
Never miss. I might not speak on it, but I never miss. You can walk straight as an arrow. You can't. I know a curve somewhere. I see it.
I love it.
Yes.
So,
it works.
Tristan-
I promise it's not. It's no jokes.
So
It's
you
the
so
gaydar
you thought
definitely
that he
works.
had a little
little
curve.
Like
in
the
it.
disrespect to women is definitely a sign. Like you don't respect no women, you whoop the other girl ass. You don't like women.
But that's not always the case.
Yeah,
that every guy that jump on women is
no,
is
I
gay.
didn't say that. I
Okay.
said disrespect. I ain't say he was very disrespectful. He has a type of hate towards women. That's definitely a sign, and you can read up on that. I know you like to do your research,
Right.
so go and research that. That's typically a sign.
So you're saying that men that disrespect women more than likely is gay. Is that what you're
That-
More
to
than
his
likely,
level,
more
to his
than
level.
to his level, more than likely have a little zest. Like, why
Yes.
are you always whooping on women? Why are you so mad at women? Like, that's definitely a sign, and it's a lot of therapists. They'll tell you that that's typically a sign.
It might just be that woman though.
No, he
'Cause
beat up
every
another
bring
woman.
out
He
something
had
different
problems
every
with
man.
women.
He has problem. He was a known
Yeah.
whoop a woman ass.
Yeah.
Woman beater. Woman
Yes,
beater.
he was a wife beater.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Tristan hit it on the nose.
And
because
then
a lot of
also
them-
you
a
can
lot
see
of them-
his mannerism. Also, I'm sorry to cut you off. The mannerism. Yeah, and let me talk, bitch. And let me talk, bitch. And it's just like, bitch, shut the fuck up! If I slap you, hoe. Like,
yeah. What?
I mean, I don't see an Anthony P doing that, getting that upset at a woman to do that. I mean, you can get really upset, but I don't see you B level. I don't see a lot of real niggas doing that shit. And I've been around real niggas my whole life. And it's a certain things you
I done did
no
the
matter
work.
how mad at you is at a woman, it's certain stuff that it's been on people that done came on the podcast. It's been a little
Zesty.
Yeah,
Curve.
you know what I'm saying? So like I see it.
Anthony, hold on. Let's go. Andre, you was going to say something.
Yeah,
like
I was going to say I agree with Tristan too, because a lot of the men that I see that
And I ain't gonna
always
tell you no more secrets.
always bashing women. Don't see anything good in them. Like, I mean, I don't care what you say, they just got problems with women. They usually got something going on.
Yes,
You
I
be like,
promise you.
do you be like, did your mother love you? Or,
Yes.
like, do you got what's going on with you internally? Because usually there is either their mama didn't love them, or they weren't nurtured properly, or either they got some zest, as he called
Yeah,
it.
zest. A little,
Anthony, go ahead.
No, I would
yeah,
I would
little
say
accent.
I would say they got zest. I mean, I would say some guys are just a product of their environment.
Typical man
If you grew up
response.
in the hood with Papa whooping grandma ass, and then tell her he whoop because he love her, that's what he see. He see daddy whooping mama ass, shit like that. It didn't necessarily mean he's zesty. It's just the fact that he's a product of his environment. Now, to the disrespectful part, it's kind of like a contradicting thing by women, because you say you don't want a man to disrespect you, but when in the club on weekends, y'all dancing to rap music that's disrespecting y'all. Slide
Going
on
on
my
the
knob.
clock.
Okay, I
Going
mean,
on the
you
knob.
always going.
And to a
Okay,
job.
first of all,
Let's
stop
go
it.
I'm just showing you.
Stop
I'm
it.
just showing you.
Let's run a train.
Stop it.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, that's they shit. And then you got nigga bitches like Glorilla, telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what niggas do. We flexing our muscles. We say, "Ugh," and she using it to encourage y'all as an anthem to disrespect men. Think about it. Hold on, wait a minute. Think about all the songs now when women call a dudes brokey, you putting this shit out the house. Only fuck boys allow you to put this shit out the house. Cause real niggas gonna have their own shit. You might put me out
I
tonight,
know a lot of real
but I'm
broke
going
niggas,
home
so that's
to my
not true.
shit.
But I guess what Anthony said is real motherfuckers gonna have a place to go. You can put his shit out of your house.
Sonya
Or have their
says,
own house.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna read.
Come on with
Kenya's.
your comments.
Kendra says he right because I was confused at the beginning of the video. Sonya says he was weird. I saw the zest. Monique says may have issues, trauma childhood. Sean says he a man, woman, hater club. Tracy's laughing. Sonya said that was a pitiable story. Jayla's like Tristan. Monique says mommy issues. Kendra says wait, the air quotes. Marquez TV says Tristan, that's right on the spot. Marcia says I think they're bi when they always have issues with women. Yeah, I mean bi, gay. Yeah, that's. I'm not saying they're just gay. I'm just saying, but they got a little,
Yeah.
Little curve.
Okay. Let's see here. Some of them act like they hate women, and picture is painted so well. Patricia says, shit, Tristan, that's false. These so-called real niggas, I think some type of abuse growing up. I agree with that, but I'm not saying all of them, but majority of them, and I can speak on it because I live the gay life. Most of y'all are not gay. Most of y'all haven't seen down low men, by men. Yeah, y'all haven't been around that stuff. So I can typically speak on it. It's been around me my whole life. So I can tell you when a nigga got some zest. And their characteristics, they date white girls, they beat on women all the time, they go live like a girl. So yes, that's pretty much the characteristics.
Hold on.
Have you got into it with a woman and been on live and be like, bitch, shut up and fuck you hoe and all this? Have you did that?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
B-level, have you did
but
that?
you can't say they date
that's
white
my
girls.
thing.
Okay.
To me,
Andre, have you dated a nigga that did that? Oh, okay.
And I
You
don't
can't
know.
say 'cause
I
they
don't know if I could go too far to saying that going live tell all is a female thing, because I see some
mean,
niggas
it's
doing
just-
this shit too.
Exactly.
Niggas be doing this shit
That's
too.
Girl,
But
that's
now me, I agree with you. A real nigga ain't gonna do that shit. Like
a
fuck
real
all
nigga's
that.
not gonna do that.
We don't give a fuck what you say about us. We ain't got a one up. We ain't got to
And I'm not
respond
just
to.
speaking about ninjas, like men of color. You don't even see Caucasian real doing that. You don't see them doing that. Oh my God, Becky, shut the fuck up, Becky.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
do.
there is some, but a lot of the real men, and we're gonna take color out. A lot of real men don't do that.
So yeah, so that's typically a woman's trait to tell it all. Right?
Now I'm gonna get on live and talk shit.
to get. Tristan, you said what?
Y'all get where I'm going with this? Now I'm gonna get on live and talk shit. Y'all get where I'm going with this. Okay,
he's a girl.
So real
girl.
men don't get on live. Real men do not get on live to tell all. They don't. They not finna be telling no business. They not finna be doing all that. So what we're saying on the UTB podcast, that if you catch a real man doing a tell-all on the live,
yes,
Tristan is saying you want to look at it because real men
take the zest, do the zest test.
Do that.
Yes, give them a zest test.
You heard it first here on UTB.
Yeah.
Real men do not do that. So if you see men, and hopefully there's some guys out there that's looking at this live. Look, if you do a live where you are telling it all, Tristan is saying what, Tristan? Let me blow you up, Tristan, so you can say it
kind
again.
of give them the look, give them the side eye. I'm not saying that just automatically say that. Just give them, just do your investigation. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm not gonna be giving y'all no.
There's some good teeth.
I'm not gonna be helping y'all if y'all not gonna listen now.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't gonna do it. So if y'all don't listen, take heed. That's on y'all. Y'all can be.
So let me ask y'all this, and then we're gonna go to Jayla. And hey, welcome, Jayla. Jayla's on the
Hey,
she's with us.
Jayla.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is there a responsibility if women know they're dealing with a guy that don't have a pistol, that they should not take it there? If you know certain things are going to set him off, where it could become very physical with you, he may hit your ass to the top of your head, you fall back and die. Do you have a responsibility to not go to certain places that gonna take him over the top? Or is it so fuck it, we fighting and everything goes? Is there a responsibility to stop at a certain point?
There he is. And the thing about it is, like, she's not his girlfriend. She was his wife, which means that she knows who she's dealing with. One thing I always tell people, you know who you lay down with, whether you got a cheater, whether you got a beater, whether you got a robber, whether you got a Christian man, you know who you lay down with. And she knew when she brought the name Obi up that was a trigger for him. She knew that. And the thing that she should have did was to be mature and took herself out of the equation, because he ran it for 2 hours because she wouldn't even let him finish. She kept
she would not let him get it out. Right.
And he was slow. You know, he was slower. Men usually can't keep up with women. They can't argue as hard as women. They can't go as fast. And they mental capacity be everywhere when the bitch be jumping in there. And you did so. Well, what she said? I said so. No, that ain't how it went. You know,
saying, I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
Yeah, he kept on saying, shut up and go sit down. He's like, shut up and let me, because he's slow. You know, men cannot argue.
Yeah, that bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, shut up, just shut up. And that's usually why men too fight women, because when you're arguing, a man knows if he hits you, it kind of slows it down, you know, because he can't fight you
with
verbally.
Words,
he cannot fight you with words.
So he
goes into another stance. And as a woman and as a wife, she should have said, you know what, I don't want to do this with you. And she should have shamed him that way and left all that on him. You know what I'm saying? Is what she should have did. But they took that way too far.
And ultimately it costs
both of them their lives. Yeah.
It costs both of them their lives. You got to learn how to fight fair. You have to have the emotional intelligence to, you know, to be able to pick your battles.
Right.
Yeah, don't argue with me.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be able to. Some shit is not worth arguing over, right? Let this goofy motherfucker have their life, so everybody can talk about your dumb ass. Right. You don't been on live for 3 hours telling your own dumb ass business. But it makes me look just as dumb if I'm in the background or if I'm coming back. Right. If I have to respond to it, it makes me look just as dumb.
Right.
So oftentimes we have to be smart when we're going on all these lives and we're telling all this family business. Ultimately, that cost their couple their life. They have 2 children, that are fatherless and motherless because 2 people could not control themselves. 2 people tried to one-up each other, and it ended tragically. They got the families beefing. You got everybody picking sides, and it was just an awful thing. So, you know, pick your battles. Learn how to fight. You know, these lives are not for everybody. So choose your lives wisely.
Right.
Anything? Are we ending in before we go to Jayla with the T? Nope. Okay.
No.
Jayla with the T. How you doing, baby girl?
Hey, Jayla.
Ooh, yeah, zoom in.
You see how they do me? Put me all over here.
What is that, Anthony?
What?
Look at Anthony. Now I told Andrea, listen, Andrea, I told Anthony there is no nepotism on this job. So
Oh my God.
What is he doing? Get him off the live. They're gonna think we running
Take his
us.
Just knock
video
my stuff
down.
down,
So
man.
I told Anthony that there is no nepotism and Jayla is off limits. And so I told Anthony that I know
I
it.
ain't doing shit. But hey, look. Well, we need listen. You need to wear appropriate stuff on this live. You know, you can't be wearing the
Her
thing.
hair done. Her mirrors ain't crooked. She fine.
You know what? Hey, listen, I've already been trying to defuse. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, and y'all have just everybody need their ass whooped. I mean, like I literally have to be the mother of the group. Not you, Jayla, but Anthony, Tristan, B Love hasn't did anything.
I've been
Tristan and they just been going crazy,
And
I can't be
Look,
and I can't be
just say
diffusing issues. So
Damn
I
that
just need you
shit.
to stop it, okay?
No, folks just need to stay where they at.
Damn that shit you talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DD, double D's on
You know
DTD
what?
podcast.
I'm about to come back, put a t-shirt on, and then I'm
No.
because you're doing too much.
All right, Jayla, don't worry about Anthony. Are you ready for your Jayla with the T? We ain't worried about Anthony.
Yes.
Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all share right now.
No, this is favorite.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me give your drop down and we're gonna do with your tea, and then we're gonna do the Ask Dree segment after that. Okay, here we go.
But I can't wait.
It started by the jealous people.
Breaking news right now. ABC News has just confirmed that Sean Diddy Combs was arrested tonight.
These days I'm courtside with a mascot.
You want the tea, bitch?
Get your motherfucking tea ready.
I don't stir the pot, but I will spill the tea. This is Shayla with the tea.
All right, it's Jayla with the tea. She says she don't stir the pot. She just bring the tea. So coming all the way live and direct to you, Miss Jayla Jefferson.
From the north side with it.
All right,
too,
Jayla, what you got going on this week?
Well, I don't know. The city was kind of full of a lot of local fights, but I don't think that's just worthy enough to stir the pot or the tea. That's some regular, everyday Little Rockin' type of stuff. But my community, my generation, let's get it together. Let's stop all these fights. I will say that much as far as with the tea. But more on to more serious news as far as local Arkansas news. I wanted to speak on the missing 10-year-old from Jonesboro, Arkansas. So if you haven't heard about it, Trinity Esclinger, I don't know why, Trinity Esclinger is a 10-year-old.
It's Eslinger. I'm familiar with the family.
Okay, thank you.
They're from my hometown.
Okay, thank you. Is a missing 10-year-old girl from Jonesboro, Arkansas, who went missing in the water in Destin, Florida on June 12th. So her and her family actually was out there on vacation when she was swept away from a strong current while swimming on the beach. Now, I know that recently, as of today, the United Cajun Navy has called off the search for her. But the Newport community in Arkansas did have a balloon release and to support Trinity and her family. Now, one of the reasons why I did want to bring up this, not only because it is a young girl from Arkansas, is that her family actually faced a lot of negative comments about her being lost in Destin, but also her mom's boyfriend, who is Victor Cobbs, spoke on the situation because he's a known local DJ, and I got a little clip of what he was saying.
So a lot of their responsibility, falls on me as to speaking up for the ones who can't speak up because they're hurt, they're sad. And like we see all the things that's posted online, and as to people asking like why and what happened and where and when, all that stuff, I have all those answers, and if I don't, I answer any of your questions to the best of my knowledge. And but anything that's foul in the
So, like I said, this was Victor Cobbs. His name is Victor Cobbs. Again, he's a local DJ from Jonesboro area, but he's actually the boyfriend to Trinity's mom. But I wanted to get kind of y'all take on that. I don't know if y'all got to see how y'all feel about people who bring up negative comments about parents when it comes to their child being missing.
So Jayla, just to start back, I heard, I don't really know all of the details about what happened. Was she in a boat? Did she fall over? I heard her mother let her swim off with some.
Yeah.
What do we even know
So
what really
from
happened?
what I gathered from his live and his take on it, it was that she did like, venture off in the water, and it was a current that got her, and they all, tried to go out and catch her and couldn't locate her, which led to the whole her being missing.
Yeah. So what negative comments are we hearing them say? I mean, what are they? I mean, what are they?
I think a lot from what I gathered from his live was more of like, if y'all knew that she couldn't swim, why would y'all allow her out there? And you guys, you had to have your eyes off of her for a current to come through and get her. And again, I think especially with her parents being in this vulnerable moment, their daughter is missing. This is not the time to be bringing anyone down about that situation.
Absolutely.
Definitely want to bring light. They do currently have a GoFundMe going to help support efforts for like a reward to find her. So definitely.
And she's been gone. She's been missing for how long? How long has she been? Because I shared it on my page as well.
June 12th, so over a week.
10 days. So
Yeah.
10 days. Okay. Yeah.
Well, and I just think that people do need to learn social media etiquette. I think that today we are most definitely missing that, and we just need to learn. Maybe B-level, we put some rules about social media etiquette to teach our viewers and people that are watching us what that means and how to be sensitive to things, without being disturbing, especially like this situation what people are going through.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you, Jayla. Her daughter's missing. Nobody has time to be worried about comments and so yeah, prayers are still going out to their family. I promise you, I've heard firsthand about missing family loved ones, so I understand the ups and downs that you go through when you're going through that. So all we can ask you to do right now is just pray for her family. Pray for her family.
I hate to keep it on a ball of kind of sad news, but I do want to share a highlight on this as well in Arkansas news. So it's been 1 year since the Fordyce mass shooting. I don't know if y'all remember, it happened last year, June 21st, where a male went into a grocery store in Fordyce, Arkansas, the Mad Butcher, and ended up injuring 9 and killing 4 individuals. So they actually held a memorial recently this past weekend in honor of those that did lose their lives and were injured. And I don't know if you're familiar with Fordyce, but it's not that big of, it's a small community. So this was definitely, I don't know if y'all remember that, but it was like a crazy, like Arkansas to have a mass shooting. So,
so this is the 1 year anniversary for it?
Yeah, 1 year anniversary for it. So they had a memorial for it yesterday.
Okay.
So definitely continue to keep those in that community in your prayers as they still try to, navigate through everything, because the case is actually still active. They haven't, prosecuted the mass shooter yet.
I agree with that. Jayla.
Well, on to more national news. We about to go to war, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw it. But Trump has decided that he is going to launch an attack on Iran. And he successfully did that actually yesterday. So in this tweet, of course, in his Twitter fingers, he said, "We have completed a very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including," I don't know how to say them spots, but Iran. All the planes are now outside of Iran airspace. So basically saying that we have officially initiated our attack. He said, "Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for the attention on this matter." So I don't know if you guys remember, but Trump at the very beginning kept saying that he was really open to nuclear negotiations with Iran, and even indicated like we were going to have a possible deal with them. So it's not surprising, because this is Donald Trump, our president, of course, that he flipped that and launched attacks. So a lot of people are stating that they feel like we're about to start World War III. So definitely keep everyone in your prayer that's in the military, especially those that are deployed, that are.
So Anthony, what you got to say about your retarded ass president? I know
you're on mute. You're on mute, Anthony. You're on mute.
What he got to say?
I'm glad you asked that question. I feel like, I don't think it's really Donald Trump. I think it's America. I think America needs to stay out of everybody's business.
Retarded,
I'm
orange face
gonna show you. I'm
it.
gonna show you. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you.
Jayla,
I'm
let's
gonna
keep
prove
it
it to
up.
you.
Go to
Why
the
are
next
we over
story.
there
Please, hurry up.
bombing somebody else for somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
Come
They
on,
don't have nothing
Jayla.
to do with us, man. Now my gas price is going back up to $4 a
Because of
gallon
your
and shit. You
president that
know,
you chose, that
they
you
don't have
helped
nothing to
put
do with
there.
us.
Go ahead, Jayla.
Wait,
I mean,
Yeah,
he voted for
I
Trump?
rather
he
have
voted for
a
him. I
war
mean,
than I
advocated. I
I
pumped fist. He
yeah.
started to turn his face orange for him.
You
Listen,
know
girl.
what, P? I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was kind of it was fine. You ain't fine no more.
Hey, there that Glorilla shit is. There that Glorilla shit. The shit. Hey, I remember how. Hey, listen. That's because we
Whatever.
don't know history. That's why we saying this about Trump. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have a war than tampons in the man's
Whatever.
bathroom.
Just next
All
story.
right, we're going on.
Please,
Corley,
Next
I'm
please
story.
be
gonna
like,
let you. I'm gonna move past
Yeah,
it.
come
Yeah,
on,
move on
Jayla.
past
Come
it.
on, Jayla.
On to my last story. So it actually involves Mr. Robert Kelly. So a federal judge actually denied his defense motion to release R. Kelly to a home confinement. So his lawyers are basically saying that he's going through an assassination attempt currently in prison, basically because he was hospitalized recently due to an overdose of medication. So his lawyers kind of sent out like a series of motions, which most of them were denied, and this final one is the last of it that was denied. So it doesn't look like R. Kelly is coming home anytime soon. But if you forgot, he actually was prison for a 30-year prison sentence for conviction of racketeering and sex trafficking, which if you don't correlate is very similar to what P. Diddy is currently going through as well. So yeah.
Well, we don't know if R. Kelly gonna get out. They said they gave him an overdose or did the wrong medicine or something. Okay, you
he
said
getting
President
out.
Trump is gonna. You
He's
say
gonna
you're.
give him a
He
pardon.
getting out.
That's what P is saying. That's what P is
Okay, I
saying.
can't wait to see the concert he have for
He
Donald
getting out.
Trump. I wonder what he gonna sing. I
Okay.
believe I can fly. Okay,
He gonna
He
thank
say
so
you.
he can
everything.
breathe, he can fly for real.
No,
Yeah,
he
no,
gonna say
for real.
everything.
All right, Jayla.
Man, Kelly can come right here. Kelly can come do a concert
Is
right
that
now
all
and
you
pack it
have,
out.
Jayla, for today?
Yeah, that's all
All
I
right.
got.
All right, big round of applause, Jayla. We're gonna transition into the Ask Dree segment. For those of you guys, we're talking about Anthony has been waiting on this segment. It's called Ask Dree. We're asking you to send your relationship questions. Okay, email them in to Andrea at utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Now, Andrea, who is the recipient? Let me go ahead before we go. Andrea has.
I'm trying to understand why I ain't got no thing like Jayla.
I'm just for the set. I'm getting ready to play it.
Oh, we got one. I
You got
got
it. You got one. You got one.
Yeah.
You got one.
Right.
What you know about me?
Oh, I don't know why the fuck why.
Let's play Andrea's drop and then we'll come back and we'll talk about
I got a whole drop.
There we go.
Okay.
Now you know he got you a drop, girl.
Yeah.
That ain't it. I messed it up. There we go.
What are you laughing at? Most of you men don't have the capacity to even be able to fulfill multiple women.
When you say the capacity, what do you mean by that?
The mental capacity, the emotional capacity, the financial capacity. Half of them don't have the dick capacity.
Dree.
It is most definitely little boy behavior. And at some point, you either have to find the woman who is really fulfilling for you, because when you really do love somebody, you really do care about somebody, you really are with this person, they are enough for you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's time for Ask Dree with Andrea Dree.
All right, Dree. What is your first week of, and where does it come from? I'm gonna go ahead and play a little music in the background so you can read your stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
All right, let me
I need the thing.
Okay.
After the question.
All right, so you got somebody already that has emailed in to you.
Okay, guys. So yes, like he was saying, this is the Ask Tree segment. I'm super excited about it. Y'all make sure that you send me all the hard questions. Remember, everything is anonymous. I'm gonna read the question. I'm gonna give my take on it, like he said, and then you guys can tell me what you guys think. So I have a lady who wrote in. Her name is Miss Cherry. Miss Cherry is from Tennessee. She's from Nashville, Tennessee. She says, "Hello, I have been married for 21 years, and my husband and I have three beautiful children. In the first 3 years of my marriage, our relationship was very rocky. My husband cheated with many women, and he was a drunk. One night, I decided to get my lick back, and I slept with another man. I became pregnant with our first girl child and knew there was a possibility she could be someone else's. The next year into our marriage, we both gave our lives to Christ, and our marriage has grew for over the last 15, 16 years with two more children. Our oldest daughter is basically she's saying their oldest daughter is an adult now, and she did an ancestral review, and a bunch of last names came up that was not ours. That was not her husband's or mine's. She says, he is asking questions, and so is she. She says, "Do I come clean and speak with my husband, or do I let this just all unfold? We're really young. We both made mistakes." And she said, "But I am scared. I could lose my marriage after all these years. Would you tell or not?"
So basically, the kid ain't his. Is that what you're saying?
We can't hear you. Put the microphone up, Tristan. We can't hear you.
So basically, the kid's not his.
The daughter is not his.
Ooh. And so she is asking, should she tell it or leave it?
She is.
How old is the baby?
The daughter is
That don't
grown.
matter. That don't even matter.
That's crazy.
Andrea, come
That's
on, give her your
fucked up.
advice. Tell her what you think she should do.
So I have two stances with this. I do think that, some things, this is one of the hardest things for women, because we are the people who carry children. And I think this is one of the ultimate levels of betrayal. I think that, my question that she did not say is, has there been paternity established? There are some other layers to this that I did not get that I probably should have gotten.
Yeah.
But
And she didn't
but
put it
if
in
the
she didn't put it
daughter,
in the email either. So
she
you
didn't.
You got to guess it.
Yes,
Okay.
but if the daughter has taken this ancestral test, and those are very accurate. Usually, they are very accurate, and it could be a possibility that her father is this man that she cheated with. I think rather than allowing her husband to probe and for them to get, and I do think that she does need to have that conversation. I really do. I think that it may cost her marriage, and it may cost her a lot of other things. And I think it's a very, very hard conversation to have. But I do think that she could do it. I think that when you can't take the secret to the grave and the arm is sticking up out the grave, it's only a matter of time before the head and the rest of the arms come up too. So I think that she does need to have the conversation. Had that not happened, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably would have let lion dogs lay.
I think I don't think the marriage will end. He cheated first.
Hold on a second. We're gonna go. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. So Tristan, give me your take. What do you?
I don't think the marriage will end. I think the husband will listen to. I mean, like she said, he cheated first. I mean, when she explained,
okay, she got her lick back.
If she explained to him like she explained to Drea, I think it will go well.
So you think she should tell it?
That's totally different.
Go ahead and tell it.
I think she should, and I would, and really for the child's sake, because that's kind of hard on a child.
It is.
That's
It most
really,
definitely.
really hard on a
Really,
child,
yes.
grown or not. So
Damn
I
that
really
child.
think she definitely should start with telling the child first, then telling the husband.
Damn that child.
Jayla,
Damn that
Jayla,
child.
we can't see you, but give us do you feel like she should say something to the child and to her husband? Jayla's gone. All right, we'll come back to Jayla. Anthony.
She's trying to fix her Zoom.
Anthony, go ahead with your take.
Can y'all hear me? Check microphone.
Yes, we
Microphone
can
1,
hear
2,
you.
3. Hell yeah.
coming to
He
you,
need to
Jayla,
leave
next.
her.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
he need to leave her. And she should tell him, man. Because think about it. You've been having me take care of this baby all these years, and you know that baby wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? You had her calling me daddy, and you knew I wasn't her daddy. Had me calling her daughter, and you know she wasn't my daughter. So yeah, you should tell me. And if I choose to leave your ass, you should deal
Well,
with
she
it.
said it was a possibility.
Possibility.
She said that she knew that she did know that there was a possibility because she slept with someone, but it wasn't that she completely 100% knew. She said it was a possibility. That was what she wrote out. Now, whether
Okay.
she knew or not, I don't know.
Well, put it like this. When you say y'all gave y'all life to Christ, and you know you done slept with another man, you should have been repenting to me and Christ. And say, Lord, I slept with another man, but husband, this baby might not be yours.
But who cheated
And
first? Oh, okay.
until we find out what the baby's mine or yours, we should, wait till get baptized. That's what they should have did. Cause you done stole all this money from me. I'm about to beat your ass.
It's gonna be another fail.
Bitch, yeah, you got that right. Bitch, you about to be first lady. First lady, I put my hands on.
Jayla, what do you think? Do you think that she should share it with her daughter and her husband?
I'm not gonna lie, this might be controversial, but I 100%
shit.
believe that DNA testing should happen at the birth, like at the hospital before you leave for the father. Even if y'all are married, DNA testing should happen because I do think she should tell the husband and the daughter. I feel like that's only fair to the both of them. Now, do I feel like the husband could be in his bag and his feelings? Yes, because this has been his daughter, like where he thought she was 100% his. But as far as them divorcing, I don't know. That's kind of spicy that she didn't tell her husband this entire time of the possibility, at least after the cheating. Because at that point, it was lick back. Like she got her lick back,
Right.
and like if you were honest about it at the
No.
Look at him.
anyway, if she was honest about it at the beginning, I at least think there could have been a moment, even if the daughter ended up not being his, like that would have been his chance to continue on in the marriage. Like in my opinion, I don't think he had the right to divorce if he already cheated. But to each their own. That's just me though.
What? I ain't have no baby on you though. I
It
just
don't
cheated.
matter.
I came home.
You
Yeah,
can't get
I think
pregnant.
that both of them. I think that
Man,
You
both
can't
of
get
them.
pregnant.
listen.
Yeah, I think
No,
that
that's
both of them
it.
cheated. Both of them.
how it works.
God damn it. When I
Both.
cheated on you, I came home and washed it off. You cheated on me and brought home the sauce.
Well, I think that both of them did cheat, but Anthony is right. It's so much more deceitful that has went, and then like I said, even the possibility for the last 20 years or whatever it was, it's been so many years. But I think that people just, we kind of hope that sometimes these secrets just kind of go away, and they don't, and even when it comes to blood types and mannerisms and just why this person holds their head this way and this,
Yeah.
like you said, people deserve to know where they came from and they deserve to know who they are from. So I just think that I think it is going to be a very, Miss Cherry, if you're listening, I think that this is going to be a very, very, very hard thing for you, but I think the truth really will set you free, and that's what it's designed to do. So you need to go ahead and have the conversation. You do.
And so my take
hoe.
is coming from a guy who has had a baby, and I've taken care of a baby for 18 months. It turned out to not be my child. I've experienced this firsthand. You absolutely have to tell. The fortunate side of my baby that I had that I thought was mine, he was only 18 months. Okay. So I was able to take the test. She didn't tell me. There was rumor that she had cheated on me. So I just made her take a test. Now, obviously, I told her that I was going to stand by her until I found out that the child was not mine. But 18 months later, I found out that the child was not mine. And
I ain't standing by shit.
And at that point, I hadn't, obviously I'd taken care of the child, but it wasn't so. I couldn't imagine the child being 18. I couldn't imagine the child being 20, because at that point I've gained a rapport with the child. You know what I'm saying? It was not going to be that easy to leave the child alone. Right today, I don't have a relationship with the kid because he was only 18 months, right? I was able to just, hey, walk away. But to answer your question, there's so many things that you have to understand when it comes to, hell, you might get involved with your sister or your stepbrother or your cousin, because like Drea saying, DNA, you need to first go take the DNA. That's what you
Man,
first need to do.
They don't.
Out now,
Hey,
listen.
down in the country, they don't mean shit. These motherfuckers fucking first cousin nowadays.
That's in the country, Pete. It's not in the city. We don't do that shit in the city. I don't know what y'all do down in the country.
Yeah, I'm just
but in the
saying.
city, we don't fuck cousins. We do not fuck cousins in the city. Okay, I don't know what the hell
Second
y'all doing
cousins,
there.
none of that shit. You be
In-
like, hell
Hey,
nah.
motherfucker.
Your kids
In the
turn out
city,
retarded,
motherfucker say
gonna
if you
be tripping,
third
man. So
cousin
do
and
not.
beyond.
Yeah,
Motherfucker in the city say if you third cousin and beyond, you can goddamn get it.
That's why your babies probably got long hands and they lips probably cliff, whatever they call it. You probably got all that.
But you do need to take a DNA.
Right.
And in asking your husband to take a DNA, it's basically going to tell it because he's
Right.
going to want to know why are we taking a DNA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you absolutely, if you were, woman enough to lay down and get your lick back and have a child, and like Jayla say, you knew the timing could be kind of off by you sleeping with multiple dudes. You should have been a woman and told the truth then. You can't wait 18, 19, however long this young lady is to go and find God. When you found God, you knew that there was a possible chance that Sarah was not really the husband, so you should have came true. So if it cost you your marriage, that's what you have to lose is your marriage.
So be it.
It is more important to be honest with your daughter. It is more important to be honest with your husband. And you hope that if he is a born-again Christian like you are,
he can forgive you.
That he can forgive you.
No, anything that happened after I got born again, anything that happened before I got born again, goddamn, we still got to take this, and deal with it,
Well, she did it before they got saved, and she was saying that their marriage is strong, but like she said, it's just opening up a lot of different layers.
But it's built on a lie.
I mean, it's a lot of, you got to tell the other man, you got to tell the daughter, you got to tell your husband, you got to get tests, you got to bring up all of what this man has did.
Let me ask this, Andrea, and I'm gonna ask Tristan too, because Tristan is a guy. He is a guy. He is a guy. Tristan,
yeah, he a motherfucking guy.
He what, Anthony?
Yeah, he a motherfucking guy.
Tristan, would you stay or leave if your wife told you that the child turns out not to be your daughter?
I'll probably stay. I'll be mad, but I'll probably.
You're a simple ass.
It depends on how strong our relationship is. That's why he. That's why he ain't got nobody.
I see why you gay now. I see why you gay. You don't do nothing. You don't do none of the stuff that men do.
Yes,
Anthony, would you stay or leave?
Nigga, I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. Fuck, I've been dead for 30 years. I'm gone.
Then we're gonna put you on child support.
Now, Anthony, listen, Anthony. So here's the thing, Anthony. My take on it is it depends on a lot of things. It's not just a clear cut of saying it's not the child's fault, right?
Right.
So if you leave, do you still have a relationship with the girl? Because you might leave her because she was on some selfish shit.
Wait a minute. I can still be daddy and not be with your whole ass mama.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. I can accept that, Anthony. So what you're saying is that you done with her ass. She out of there.
Anthony, ooh.
But you still going to have a relationship with the daughter because she's known you to be her father for 18, 20, however long she is, you still have a relationship with her.
Yeah. But you can't call me daddy no more. You just call me the nigga that fuck with your mama.
Oh, no, so you tripping.
Just call you what, Anthony?
The nigga that fuck with your mama.
So you be taking it too far. No.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna call you period. I ain't call you period.
Don't call me daddy no more. Call me, hey. Say, hey, nigga that fuck with my mama, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, sister?
Say what, P?
Don't call me daddy no more. Call me the nigga that fuck with your mama, I'm just a role model to you now. I'm your role model.
What are you doing with Anthony? Like,
just mute his mic. I told you to
These facts, man. These facts. Think about it. Look at all that money. Look at all that money I done spent on this baby, man.
Listen, if you need your relationship questions, again, email them to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Every week we will have the Ask Dree segment where we will dive into your relationship questions. I think that was a great question for the first week. I really think we have a pause. Cherry, if you're listening, tell them, Cherry.
Cherry, don't listen to P.
Cherry, Tell them. Andrea, is that your advice? You want Cherry to tell? You think?
Cherry, go ahead and get the test. Even if you don't want to tell your husband first, get his toothbrush and send it in and get your daughter.
So do it anonymously?
Do anonymously. So that
Andrea.
No, seriously, don't fuck your house off and shit. I would not do that.
They ain't gotta do that. They ain't gotta do that.
I would know first.
real.
I would know
So
first.
Andrea, so if it's not his baby, if it is his baby, you're not gonna tell him?
No, if it's his baby, then what is there to tell?
Does he know you cheated?
The truth?
Yeah, he know she
Okay.
got her leg back, so he just didn't know that the child could have not been his. But if that is his child,
don't tell.
if that is his child, why would you go open up something that you don't have to open up? Like if the child is not his, yeah, like you don't hurt a person that you don't have to hurt. Like
cheat
I
on
would
me,
bring it
baby.
up, but like if this ancestral thing is true. And I would say, I would tell my daughter first, because she's the one asking questions. She's the one took the ancestral thing, and she's the one saying, "Hey,
okay,
why are these people coming up here?" I would say, "Listen, baby, your mama."
I'm gonna go do mine.
I would say your mama had a whole tendency for a minute. Not all the whole time. Your daddy was the biggest hoe, but I became a little hoe.
Yeah,
and I had to give my leg back just for a second because he
your
had been
mama
doing
had some whole tendencies back
your
in the
mama
day.
had a whole tendency back in the day. She was young. And listen, I know this is a lot for you to take in, but I need to know some truth about some things, because that right there is bothering me. And if you keeps bothering you and you don't shut the hell up, we're gonna have some shit going on up in this. The house is gonna be gone, and the family is just gonna be tore up. So I would tell her, listen, let's me and you. I'm gonna get your daddy's toothbrush. We're gonna put it in a Ziploc
So
bag.
now
and
you're
send it
making
in.
the daughter be untruth or not to be
Thank you.
honest about the situation.
I would say no. We are gonna be honest, but we're gonna know facts before we be honest. Like I need to know.
Somebody
facts.
down here, Talbert is saying she agree with. I agree, Andrea. So listen, Lynn Talbert, you on this show and you are chilling your teacher, your kids, to be dishonest, right?
No, we're not being dishonest. She don't know the ancestral test. If I don't know and she don't know, we all cannot know at first. But I don't think that you should go and open up all of this shit and tell everybody everything, and you don't know.
Disarray.
Don't do that. Find out the facts first. Order. There's an order of business. The child she's an adult too.
Look at Anthony face.
So I would tell the child first, listen. I tell her, come over here. I need to check that tooth in your mouth. I wouldn't tell neither one of them motherfuckers. And I would send that test off and get that DNA. And then I would find a person that worked at a DNA office to say that their daddy is that one.
Well, and this lady here is saying, but what happened when a medical condition comes up? But I guess what Andrea is saying, if it turns out she's gonna sneak and do the DNA. Yes, what Andrea is saying. She gonna sneak and get the man toothbrush. Send it into the DNA place.
Right.
All right. Or say she go in there and say, let me take that tip, swab your mouth.
Right.
Send it to the DNA. If she's saying that it comes out to not be her daddy, then you're going to tell.
Correct.
Okay. But if the results come back that you are the father, then you're saying you just gonna leave it. There's no need to
go and talk
harm,
about
no
some shit that
foul.
happened 20-some years ago and upset my whole family and go crazy and say, oh, she could have been some. No, she's
Andrea,
your
here's
fucking
another
daughter.
question. That's
Oh,
what
Lord.
I
said.
just was going to say that. So I hope he ain't watching this.
What if he's watching this podcast?
Well, hopefully
she probably put a fake name.
Sherry used a fake name. I mean, she's
I bet
anonymous.
you ain't no. We ain't got no damn listeners named Sherry.
What if he found out his
She
own?
has a fake ass name. There's not any Sherrys listening
There's
to us.
not. So I mean, no.
So
But-
listen, so if you are a male and you're listening to this podcast and you found Jesus and y'all been married, then
For 20 years?
it might be your woman. So if you got a woman named Sherry, Sharon, Shirley, anything that starts with C's, you might want to look at your daughter.
Oh,
But ain't no divorce after 20 years at that point. We locked in.
She better be the
We
bread
should be
one.
locked in, especially
Yeah, you
if we locked in with our journey in faith.
Hell
Ain't
no.
no
Right.
divorce.
Right.
Now,
Hey.
do we go through some counseling? Yes, because
But
that's
Jayla,
I ain't gonna
if
lie.
you
That's
lied to
traumatic.
But if
I'm
you
admitting
lied to
that's
me about a
traumatic.
baby for 20 years, you knew that
You
was
lied
a
about
possibility.
anything.
She's not
Because
lying to you, but she don't know herself.
What I'm saying
That's
is
not a
you
lie.
She didn't know
that you-
herself.
you
That's
knew
why I
that
say 100% that DNA testing should happen at birth, regardless y'all married. It should
Thank
happen.
you.
I think that should be a national federal law that there has to be a paternity test at birth. Period.
I like that. I think
do
that I think we should talk to some lawmakers about
For real.
that.
I think so too.
That's
Why
a
we keep
good one.
passing all these other laws? That should be first in
Let's
the
go.
line.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that should
Let's
have been.
go.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
we'll
Stop the
settle
child
all of
support
that
payments
first,
then.
then, huh? You
They
can
made
figure
laws
it
to
out.
stop birth. I mean,
Now, yeah, you can make it
Yeah.
to stop. You can make one that show tested, okay?
Yeah,
No.
I think that should be a great thing for people. And I think that will stop a lot of these child support issues, a lot of this bullshit, a
Yes.
lot of people lying, talking about these kids ain't there. It would just stop a whole lot of foolishness. I would be like, everybody got to pay $200, get your baby tested. But then you got a lot of daddies that ain't there to be tested too.
Well,
So
it
that
just
would
be
be
it
one
should
of
be a
those
fee that
things.
the state pays for, right? So I mean, I
part
think
of
if,
your
so
doctor bill.
lawmakers, if you're listening to this podcast, what we're saying is the whole crew is saying when you have a kid, all right, the state should pay for DNA. All right,
No,
that's
not
what
the
we're saying.
state.
Well, the state should be. I mean,
It
obviously,
could be
what
a
if a
part of your
father can't
hospital
afford it?
bill.
What if I can't afford it?
Like
Yes,
you
make
should
it a
get
part.
medical, like
Make
when you have
made it a
insurance or
part of
whatever,
medical
whoever
bill.
the insurance provider
Okay.
is should offer a test. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody got to pay for it. 'Cause
Somebody
if
gotta
it's,
pay
if it's
for
the
it, yeah.
dad and he can't afford it,
Yeah.
he gonna say, I don't
And
want
then
the child support.
he
I
can
know this
go.
motherfucker, man. I know I don't want the blood test. This one got a big
Right.
nose like me. I already
Right.
He
know
don't know
he's my
shit.
kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know shit. I'm gonna go down to Walgreens while you still in the hospital and give me one of those $25 tests. Goddamn it, bring up to the hospital.
All right, you got a couple more questions, Tristan, that you need to read before we get out of here.
Oh,
Shine
I thought this
Hall.
was the Andrea show. No,
So what about so look, don't let me take over now, Tristan, because you know I will.
Come on,
It's-
Shine Hall. We're waiting on Shine Hall, and then you can go to Turbulent.
Sean says there goes back to the husband and wife topic. If she's his or she's not, they have to expose each other publicly.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it on live. They just gonna figure it out amongst themselves.
Tapperlin says, what about these dads that know the kids are theirs and ain't doing shit?
Oh, we had that child support last week, Tauber. You were a week late on
missed
that
that.
subject.
You
Yeah, we
missed
talked
it.
about that last week.
Replying to Queen Siobhan Bohemian, and his DNA doesn't match, and he can't be a donor, then all the shit hits the fan. No matter the age or situation, it needs to be known. If she's married and meant to survive, it will. He deserves to know everything.
Yep, I agree with that. You bear the brunt of saying it, but I mean, I don't agree with Andrea saying sneak and do it, but
Cherry,
I
sneak and have
I
that
do
test
understand.
did, and then tell everything if
Okay.
it's not. And if
All
it
right.
is,
She says,
leave that shit alone. Let that shit just be what it is. God on about your marriage. Y'all keep going to church, praising the Lord, singing hallelujah, and keep praising God. Buy y'all another
That's right.
car, honey. Dance on the ding-a-ling if it ain't. If it is, but if it
That's
ain't,
why.
girl, you in
That's
trouble.
why.
All I can tell you is
Dingling is
that's
crazy.
yeah.
That's why so many
As we
holes in the
said-
church.
As we said, if you have a relationship questions, email those questions to Drea, and we will do them once a week. Okay. Do we have any other finished business?
I'm gonna send my
before we-
emails.
You gonna send your email?
I'm gonna send me.
Yeah,
an
do-
email.
Send me one. Just make sure it's
Yeah.
good now.
It's gonna be
gotta
good. I don't all my stuff be good.
Yeah, do it.
Do we have any finished, unfinished business that we need to talk about before we get out of here? Tristan, you got anything going on in the shop you need to talk about?
No.
No more events you're hosting that you want to pub?
No, I'm a felon.
Okay. Okay.
But everybody knows that.
We already know that, Tristan. That was last
Let's
week.
see. Nope.
That's it. And Jayla, you got anything going on with you?
Nah,
Nope.
catch me at the Adult Swim Night in Magic Springs if y'all going.
Ooh,
I don't know
where
if
is
that's-
it?
What day? What day?
It's
We can
on
put our
Friday.
bikinis and
They
stuff
having-
on.
Next
Yeah.
Friday. You gonna be there? Oh shit!
It's-
Hey Tristan, you got. Hey, look, goddamn it, you got to stop like
No,
a minute
no,
It's
one
this
day.
Friday. It's this Friday.
This
So if
Friday?
you see me, say hey.
Okay, where you going?
Hey,
Jayla?
we're gonna do more than say, hey,
Magic
Tristan
Springs.
gonna be straight for that day. You goddamn, we coming out there.
Okay. Cause I like.
You can't talk like that. Hey, you can't do all that. You can't talk like that when you get there.
So
You
Jayla,
got-
you're gonna
you
be
got-
at Magic Springs. This
It's
Friday.
an adult.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
an Adult
that
Swim
turns up.
Night at Magic
You love you get them
Springs,
videos.
21 and- Huh? You say what?
Hold on a second. Let Andrea say. I mean,
Say
let,
it again,
Say it
Jayla.
again, Jayla.
Oh, it's an Adult Swim Night at Magic Springs and Hot Springs on Friday from 7:30 to 11.
P, we going.
We'll
P.
be there.
Yes,
We'll be there.
Adult Swim
Goddamn
night.
right.
Me
Yeah.
and P is
Yes,
there.
sir.
Tristan gonna
Yes,
drive
sir.
because Tristan gonna drive us down there. But me and P, we coming down there to check it out.
Now I'm
Me
gonna
and P
drive behind that motherfucker. He might change his mind, decide he don't want to be straight that night no more. I need to be in my
straight every
own
night I
shit.
go to the club. You must not know.
Goddamn, I need to be in my
All right,
own
so
shit.
Friday
Goddamn
night,
it.
Adult Swim night.
They gonna be
Jayla
around
in
me
Hot
anyway.
Springs. Drew,
You
you
might
got
wanna
Be
anything?
in my
say-
own shit.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all. Listen. So I got two things. I got more puppies. So if you guys,
Man, that's like your dog do is fuck.
they do. They fuck every 6
Dog.
months. They do. I got 19 puppies now.
Okay.
And y'all, you know, I just love my husband this week. I just really love my husband.
Okay.
So
What do you mean?
but
Some
Hold
weeks
on.
you don't love him. Some weeks you don't
some
love
weeks
him.
I love him every week, but you know, he be
He get on your nerves?
pissing me off some weeks. But I'm
Is
just
he?
I'm so
They must have a
I'm a lover
conjugal
girl.
visit.
No, we don't have
Is
controversy.
he?
We have other kind of
When is he
business.
coming
but-
home?
So he will be here on the 16th of July.
We having a big
And
party for
y'all
him.
should see me. I'm gonna be crib walking. I'm gonna be doing where the fans at. I'm gonna be doing all that shit. Y'all gonna see me doing all the dances.
Look, she gonna take off 2 Sundays. We ain't gonna see her for a couple of
y'all,
Sundays.
man, I may be hurt.
Bobby
broken.
Banks is coming home July 16th. We having a big party for him July
Big
16th.
party.
Yeah.
What Audrey say? Ain't nobody throwing a party unless she throwing the party.
Right, and I am. It's gonna
Period.
be July the 19th. I need all of you TV people to be at the house.
You know I'm
and
gonna be
so
there.
yeah, we gonna
put them damn dogs up because I ain't coming.
Yeah, they gonna
Y'all
be
gonna have
there.
y'all gonna have y'all gonna have security there.
But they need security.
What do
for?
we need security for? We got all the thugs in that motherfucker. Ain't
what you
nothing
mean?
going on.
Bobby
over
B
there.
coming home. What you talking about?
Yes, you may need it for you because I've been telling about all them fake ass jokes that you've been making.
He probably been
All
watching
them
and seeing.
inappropriate
He get
comments.
quiet
He
now.
said he
You better
got
not fight.
he said he gonna get your ass. So it's we need it, may need it for you.
It's gonna be a fair fight. Ain't gonna be no jumping.
Oh, shit.
I'm banking on Bay. I'm banking on Bay now.
Now, P, if you lose, I'm gonna be mad.
Hey,
It's gonna be a long ride home. I'm gonna be
Hey,
mad.
you know he's scared of heights. All I gotta do it. You know he's scared of heights. All I gotta do is pick his little 4'11" ass up.
Oh, he's short.
Bay, I hope you watching
He's
this.
short.
Bay, I hope you watching this.
Wait, P, he's short.
He is not short. He
He's
is
short?
actually my height though.
Oh, okay. I was just like, now, Andrea.
Yeah, but
I said P gonna peck on his head.
Shit, y'all ain't fucking with Bobby Banks. Bobby Banks was the man when he's out there. Now, y'all
Yeah.
better get y'all shit together now. I'm telling you, man. Get y'all shit together.
we stay humble in the rumble for real.
All right, so he coming home. P, what's going on with the waxing business? What's going on with the waxing business?
Hey, it's coming
still
soon,
getting
baby.
the
Coming
appointment.
soon. Stay tuned. I got Jayla on the roster. She's a part of the staff. She gonna be waxing the men. I'm gonna be waxing the women.
The women.
Be careful what you ask for. We're talking about some women.
No, fool,
That was the
women.
emphasis on the men.
Yeah,
No, you heard shit, goddamn. You heard on
Yeah.
goddamn emphasis on
Be
goddamn
careful what
thing,
you
goddamn
ask
it.
for.
Tristan said he
I'm
would
talking
be your
about
first
women.
client,
With
Anthony.
men, like with 2 E's in the motherfucker, not no A's,
And
not no
Tristan
man.
is gonna be
goddamn it.
one of your
I'm gonna be the
clients. Are you
first client.
declining?
Tristan gonna get
You
waxed
can't
by the
refuse my
females.
service.
Hell no. Tristan.
Landing strip. Line my shit up. Lay my shit down. And put me a little part zigzag in there.
You hear this motherfucker, Avery? You hear this motherfucker?
Hot top fade, boosie my shit. You hear me?
Put a little color on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Make
put a
it
little
blonde.
color, yeah.
I want you to make that motherfucker
You know what
blonde.
I'm saying?
Right on the-
I'll do the
You know
color.
what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah.
P.
He gonna have that money. He gonna have them clients coming through.
Oh, listen, y'all.
My shit look nice, too.
Listen. So y'all make sure y'all patronize P's waxing business. He coming. He's gonna get it together soon. And if you are a guy, you gotta wait for him to get a female because P.
We got Jayla. We got Jayla for that. We got Jayla. We got Jayla doing the men. We're gonna have Tristan doing the whatever you identify as.
I mean, I'll do the man
No,
too.
I'm talking about all the people that identify as something else. You can do them.
Well, who was that? Because it's only men and women. Shit, ain't no other species out there getting waxed. Shit, I'll do them both. I ain't no shame in my game.
Right.
I'm waxing cookies and
Tristan do not care.
Hey man, same bet channel,
cookies.
same
All
bet
right,
time.
I
Goddamn,
think
we
it's
got to
time.
roll
All right,
out.
listen,
Yeah.
if we don't have any further business, we will see you next
stick
week.
my whole hand in that thing. You hear me?
Same bad time.
Same bad
Anthony,
channel.
same bad what, Anthony?
Bet channel, baby.
All right, good night, y'all. Bye, Jayla. Bye, P.
Bye.
Had another rough conversation with the voices